This is Little Fish. A few years ago, they were signed to a major label and recorded an album in LA. Last year, Debbie Harry saw them supporting Courtney Love and asked them to join Blondie for a UK tour. The New York Times said they had the raw rock spark that doesn't depend on fame. And then, they did the opposite of what every rock star narrative says you should do. They came home again. They left their label and they started doing the things that made them happy instead of the things they thought they should do to get played on Radio 1. They sent hand letterpress cards to their fans, held raffles in the middle of their gigs, and played acoustic sets at local open mic nights.
I don't understand the American dream. I don't understand what it all means. I don't understand the American dream. I don't understand what it all means.
I'm a writer and friend of the band. A few months ago, I was in the pub with them after a gig. They were telling stories about the music industry, about how their record label wouldn't give them any CDs to sell on tour, how they'd made a grand total of £6.67 at a recent gig in Leicester, how they'd had to pirate their own album to give to fans in the US. A few pints later, we decided to write a book. I quit my full-time job to follow Little Fish on their adventure, and to tell the stories you don't get to hear in NME. The new original Little Fish Paper Club Handbook is a book about Little Fish, but it's also a book about making stuff. Music, comics, t-shirts, fishy paper squares, stickers, badges, vinyl, stop-motion animation, and even books. We're going to ask some questions, like why do we make music? What do people want from bands? How do we make a living? What is a living? We think it's going to be wonderful, and we think Unbound is the best way to make it happen. We probably won't find the answers to all of our questions, but we want to share everything we do find along the way. So we're asking you to be a part of the Little Fish story by pledging your support at Unbound and making sure this book gets made.